I'm honestly with Mark Emery. It seems like he's all about his own ego.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what to make of the guy.
Well, I've heard people say things that he does speak kind of loudly, and sometimes when it's not necessary. He's a hero to some.
Well, on top of that, every time he's on TV or anything,
yeah,
he's standing there sucking on a big bong.
Right.
And you're not going to get it legalized medicinally by doing that. You know, you got to show the people the real medicine, and that's what the oil is, the real medicine. Smoking, that's not going to cure you.
Yeah.
I mean, it does help with certain medical conditions.
Yeah, I've heard
it does have certain medical values to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't get the real magic until you start ingesting the raw, unburned THC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe there's much truth to that. And we really do appreciate the chance, and we obviously, I know it's not easy for you to take the time out to talk to everybody. You are a hero to us at Medical Cannabis Journal. Do you have anything that you'd like to add, say to our readers?
Well, I mean, the main thing with people, people have to realize that it's them themselves that have to make the change. They have to stand up and demand their rights. I mean, this is a natural medicine that was used for thousands of years. Nobody has the right to tell them that they can't grow and possess this medicine. That's insanity. Right. And if people understood what this medicine actually does, there'd be a revolution in 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this medicine works for everything. And all of these so-called incurable diseases like diabetes, multiple sclerosis, and arthritis, I mean, they're all curable.
Mm-hmm.
All they have to do is use the oil. And it doesn't interfere with, once you're used to this stuff, you don't even know it's in you.
Right.
And it's not addictive and it's not harmful in any way. The only thing, when you use the oil, the only thing you're guaranteeing yourself is a longer and healthier life.
Mm-hmm. Well, we absolutely agree with you. Well, thanks for taking Thank you so much for taking the time.
You're more than welcome, anytime at all.
And we will be making sure that you see everything that we've transcribed here today before anything is printed. And we're going to make sure that people get the Phoenix Tears website or email, whatever it is, so that we can, get some donation money going up to Canada for you. That's absolutely something that we're going to do.
I appreciate it, brother. It's a little expensive living over here, but like I said, I'm with good people.
Good.
But, Europe does eat up the money.
I'm sure it does. Well, we'll make sure to get that printed and on our website and so on. But we'll seek permission for everything before we do anything.
I really appreciate that.
Well, we appreciate your time and everything that you've done. Thank you so much, Rick.
Okay. No, you're more than welcome, brother. Like I said, anytime at all.
Right. Take care.
Okay, Rick? Yeah.
It's Jason Bowman again. Paula Meng just has a couple of questions for you for the Western Gazzet, then?
Sure.
Okay, and I'll turn you over to Paula. Thanks.
All right. Hello, Rick.
Hi, Paula. Hi, dear.
Hello, how are you?
Well, not too bad. Since I'm living in exile, I guess I'm doing pretty good.
Where are you currently residing?
I'm in Olomouc in the Czech Republic.
The Czech Republic, okay.
Yeah.
So I listened to an interview that you did where you basically proposed like to the Czech government. You said that you wanted to supply the hemp oil to them, and that the only question left was basically what country will be the first to act on this, right?
Well, that's what we're trying to do now. We're I've got the proposal and everything drawn up, and we're trying to get the meetings with the government officials to see if we can find a country over here that'll open the doors for this.
Mm-hmm.
But they're much more open-minded over here, dear, than they are in Canada.
Are they? What do you think is the fundamental difference?
I think it's the history over here. Right here in the Czech Republic, their history in hemp dates back 26,000 years. So, they're not new to growing hemp and using it. So I think the European countries are much more open-minded, and I don't think that they were affected so much by all the reefer madness nonsense.
Okay. I also just, from that interview that you did, you did state that you believe that Canada is beyond redemption, and that you actually don't feel proud to call yourself Canadian anymore. are necessary over here? Like, what would be the indicators to you that we would be progressing towards a condition where, I guess, the corruption here will be alleviated to a point where you'll be able to spread this message openly and publicly, and that the executive players and the public will be able to accept and embrace it?
Well, dear, I mean, the first thing that has to be done in Canada, we've got to get rid of all the political parties. I mean, I've been to them all, the NDPs and the Liberals, the Conservatives, I've been to them all. You know, Jack Layton, you name it, I've been there. These people won't do nothing because they're a pack of crooks. They're all bought and paid for. So the only hope that the Canadian people have actually is to start voting for people that are running as independents. No more parties, and then take Ottawa and turn it into take Ottawa and turn it into, you know, turn the Parliament Hill into a museum. We need a think tank with about 18 to 24 of the brightest and best in Canada. Say 2 in fishery, 2 in farming, 2 in medicine. Put the best minds together in Canada and let them make, you know, the decisions that run the country day to day with an open book policy to the public. No more hidden meetings. And then you've got government for the people, a real democracy. Right now, all Canada is, it's a quasi-police state is what it is. And it's run by a pack of thieves.
And you...
all you got to... Well, all you have to do is look at Stephen Harper. I mean, who would elect that thing as a prime minister?
And you think that the only people who have the power to do this are basically are the people, are the public, the masses.
The public themselves, yes.
These parties aren't going to willingly abdicate their power. I mean, there's so much at stake here. We have these political players that basically, you know, have like a monopoly on our society right now, as well as these pharmaceutical companies. I just feel like what we're basically advocating is kind of an upheaval of sorts. And you said yourself you didn't want to see anarchy, you didn't want to see people angry or seeking retribution. But I personally don't really see how such a monumental change can occur without that happening. What would you say the first step to achieving that ideal would be? Would be just to form independent parties?
No parties at all. Just independent people. No parties. Get rid of the parties. I mean, the parties, the minute they form a party, then the big money comes in the back door and buys them off.
Okay.
Well, we got to get rid of the parties, period. They have to go. You know, the people need honest representation, and they're never going to get it in Canada until they get rid of the parties. Now, I understand they're not going to want to leave there willingly, but the bottom line is, I mean, what I look at right now is educating the people about what this medicine truly is, and when enough people become aware of what this medicine can do, all we have to do is get enough of them to stand up, and that's the end for it's the end of that system. We have to change it. I mean, are we supposed to just keep, taking their chemicals and poisons and dying on command for them? I mean, I don't know about you, but I've had more than enough of the Canadian medical system. It's a joke. It's a sick joke, and it's killing people.
But in that way, there is definitely hope in Canada. I wouldn't say that we are beyond redemption. Especially my generation, we just by utilizing so many resources, such as using the internet and spreading information.
Yes.
We very much can mobilize such a movement and start towards achieving this ideal that would be beneficial for not just the public, but also just reforming, using this as the impetus to reform our cultural and political basically.
Yeah. Well, we have to make the people aware of these simple, just take something like the diabetic ulcer that the diabetic gets maybe on their foot. The medical system can't heal that. They sit there and they'll watch it and it'll get worse and worse and finally gangrene sets in and then they cut off the foot. Well, you can take this oil and you don't even have to take it internally. Just put it right on the diabetic ulcer and treat it topically and it'll heal it. Well, why in God's green earth aren't we using it?
Precisely why. That was actually the first question that I asked when I heard about you and the message that you're trying to communicate and what you were saying about the beneficial properties of hemp. I kept thinking, if all this is true, why why on earth aren't we using it already? It's
Well, it's the corruption. You know, that's what it's all about. The big money back in the